just had the most interesting conversation with someone right down there at that restaurant, right past Pizzeria up on 24th Ambridge Street, Merchant Street. Yo, I was sitting in there, and this woman came up all lovey and dovey and said, "I'm gonna make you the best gyro I ever made, you ever had." I tried that out. I was sitting there sweet talking her. She was sweet talking me. I could hear her Lugered accent. And I could tell she was Russian. I mean, we know her own. I'm a Ukrainian, but it don't matter. And I was sitting there trying that out. I go home. I forgot to tip her too. I go home and I eat that thing. I'm like, damn, she wasn't lying. That's a good damn gyro. I come back and I say, which is it? You Ukrainian, you Russian? Kind of being stupid about it, honestly, because I didn't really think that through. And then she was like, how'd you know? And I was like, I can hear in your voice, sweetie. And she said, I'm Russian. And then she bowed her head like she was ashamed of what she was saying to me. Like she was ashamed she was a Russian. Like I could see as an empath, as soon as I looked in her soul, that she was ashamed because you numbskulls, idiots, ignoramuses have obviously been fucking harassing her on it or making her feel bad about her own damn origins. Yo, I'm going to be right here and say this. Fuck the Ukrainians. Dude, I'm Ukrainian. Shut the fuck up. I can say whatever I want. Okay? And if I don't hate her ass, why the fuck are you stupid Americans hating her ass? Or anyone else that's fucking giving her grief? I mean, seriously, she ain't even in Russia or Ukraine. She's not even a part of that shit. And let's not forget that at one point, Russia and Ukraine were USSR. Do you know your fucking history? Like they were one country. Imagine if fucking Texas split off from America. You're gonna fucking do that with Texans and fucking Americans when Texas did actually try that, where they tried to go independent for a time though. My point is this. Y'all gonna start hate over here with y'all's Russian Americans for what? For what? Like, I don't even get this dumb shit. This is retarded. Yo, I adopted her. She's my mother now. Said, leave her the fuck alone or you'll have a problem with me. All right? Like, that's fucking stupid shit. That's some ignoramus 1920s racial shit. And you're going to pull that motherfucking shit? Yo, what? That don't even make no sense. Did you talk to her? She's the sweetest damn thing out there. I mean, you don't got mothers like that. You should meet my mother. She's a bitch. All around. I mean, she got her good qualities, I guess, some of them. But she's a bitch. That woman's 10 times sweeter than anyone I know that's a mother. I used to do that all the time in all the places I live. I'd adopt a gas station mom, a restaurant mom, all types of shit. But I never gave a fuck what their origin was. Hell, I was complimenting her. Like, I know it's Russian or Ukrainian. You got that accent and you cook like one of those mean mothers that cook real good. And I mean mean in the way that she prepares the food with her love and her time. Not that she's mean, And I could tell. I could really tell when she admitted she was Russian. She looked down. She felt ashamed, like, oh, here it comes. Someone's going to pick on me. Someone's going to fuck with me. I'm like, why are you lowering your head, honey? She's like, I know. No one's proud of the Russians right now. I'm like, listen, it ain't the fucking Russians' fault that other countries that got no business in their shit is fucking playing Hatfield McCoy shit on and twisting their strings. They're brother and sister. You got 3 million Ukrainians living in Russia. You got fucking probably, I don't know, 50,000 fucking Russians living in Ukraine, Well, probably not now that they're fucking, if they're doing that here, they're probably doing that there. My point is this. Are we really going to act like them? Are we really going to act like racist, bigotrous little bitches? Yeah, that's not flying. Come on, guys. That woman is sweet as a button. Leave her the fuck alone. All right? And you know what I'm talking about. That fucking corner store where they sell gyros for $3 every day on fucking Merchant Street. Leave her the fuck alone. No, I ain't going to go around slitting throats or none of that shit. But yeah, if you're a woman and you go in there and I see you degrading her when I come in for my gyro, you're affecting my food. You're like, what do you mean I'm affecting my food? I'm just addressing this Russian. I'm like, you're affecting my food because if she's sad, the food's sad. If the food's sad, I don't want to eat it. A woman in loving mode will always produce 10 times better food than a woman cry. I'm sorry. Now, there might be those off-chance cooks that cook better when they're mad. I ain't gonna lie about that. There is some women that cook way better when they're mad and they're just like, fucking, and they're fucking jabbing the food and shit. And somehow you're like, that's gonna be food? And then you try it and you're like, damn, woman fucking cooks good when she's angry. But that's a few rare exceptions, you know? Like, come on, back off of this dumb shit. Like, what the hell are you doing? Are you a woman in there and I see you tearing down on her because of her Russian lineage? I'm going to speak up to you and be like, you can't do that. They're the ones starting all this shit. Nah, the ones that always start wars are never in the war, you know? Or if they are, they're fucking at their home base, you know what I mean? She ain't got nothing to do with that war. She's a mama. She's a mama cooking gyros in America. What the fuck does she got to do with Ukraine or Russia, even if she's from Russia? I got Ukrainian blood. You should be offended. Why the fuck should I be offended? Why? Because someone tricked fucking little brother and big brother to fucking fight? Yo, it was little brother's fault for spitting in big brother's eye, and it was big brother's fault for just trying to set him right. You know, I mean, there's wrong on both sides. It takes two to tango in any conflict. That's the truth, you know? And I mean, it is kind of spitting in big brother's eye when fucking Ukraine tries to join NATO and all that dumb shit. They're like, no, but they were just trying to get their independence. Shut the fuck up. They're Russian blood too. There was one point where USSR was one bloodline. No matter what country you were from, and back then, that would be considered more like North Carolina versus South Carolina. Are you serious? Like, dude, you're both Carolinas. Like, seriously, don't be having a half of McCoy motherfucking situation over this shit. You know? Like, what the hell? Everyone knows the war should end. I think she felt bad because I said, man, I wish Russia would just choose one champion and I would fight them and kick their ass. And that was before I knew she was Russian, you know, and, you know, in this war. And she was like, I know, you know, like she was ashamed of her people. And I'm like, hey, honey, if it makes you feel any better, he can kick my ass if the war will still end. You know what I mean? Don't take it wrong. I'm not siding with either one. I don't feel either one's right when they got played by everybody else to start this war. You know what they're afraid of? Pulling a Stalingrad. It was like, she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, look, I mean, there was as many Ukrainians bleeding on the fucking Stalingrad as there was fucking Russians, you know? And you got all these superpowers doing their little snickery and little Illuminati shit where they fucking plot governments against governments, you know, and fucking get them to weed each other out so that you can't stay a superpower. So you'll stay in a crippled state of form of being. I'm like, come on, you know? You're my mama. You're my sister. You know, before this war ever started, we'd be jumping the borders to come over there. If you were my mama and moved over there, I was like, yo, cook me some gyros. Cook me some of those mean gyros. Or how about some pierogies? I know you can cook some mean pierogies. I ain't ever met a Ukrainian or a Russian that couldn't cook some mean pierogies, especially when she got that kind of accent. That's like, oh, I want to eat from her. She got some good food. What the hell? You know, like, why are y'all doing that to her? But shame on you. Shame on you. I don't care if you're white, black, Italian, Mexican. I don't give a fuck your fucking race, your religion. If you're making that woman feel bad, you are a piece of shit. I'm going to say it right to your face. And if I ever catch you in there doing that while I'm in there, it's probably your boss. I don't know. But, you know, she said a lot of people made her feel bad about that. And that just shows me the integrity, the character of this shitty community when you would do something to a loving woman like that. Like, you know, I got a lot of love for you, whoever's been doing this, you know, all around, Ambridge, Fair Oaks, everyone around. But if you are doing that to a woman like that, you should be ashamed of yourself. You're being a piece of shit. I ain't going to take it back either. I don't care. She's a Russian. Fuck you. You know? Fuck you. She's an American Russian. Is that what's going on around here? Is that every fucking Russian descendant around here is getting picked on? Yo, y'all need a champion? I got you. I'll speak up for you. I ain't afraid of nobody's bullshit. I don't care what people think of me. I'm already at that state. Yo, I'll champion this shit. I'm championing Russia and Ukraine. How about that? We just need to end the war. No, it ain't nothing about who's to blame. Look, it takes two to tango in a conflict, and generally there's a third party that started the fucker. And they ain't even in either country. Am I right? You know what I mean? I ain't gonna hate that woman just because her people are slaughtering Ukrainians. That's their shit. They're not even here. Like, what the fuck? That's Ukraine and Russia's problem, not Russian Americans and American Ukraine. You know what I mean? Meaning like Ukraine American people and Russian American people. What the fuck? Dude, we're not a part of that war. And if we're going to be, send my ass over there and tell Russia, or I'll champion Russia if y'all that damn bigotry. And I'll kick Ukraine's ass, champion to champion. What way you want to go about this? You know, I can represent either. I think she thought it as I had hate or animosity towards Russian. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Some of my best friends growing up around here were Russian. And I never thought twice about it. You know, I was like, yo, what's your affiliation with the KGB? I'm just fucking with you. But, you know, it's like a joke. You know, it's never serious. Like, I am not going to hate half the people I know that are Russian just because there's a war going on in another land that ain't even on this soil. And if you're doing that to her, you're a racist piece of shit. I'm going to call you out on it. I don't care who you think is right in this war. Don't be brainwashed to be something so low vibrational as a hater. And if you're doing that, whether you're 90 years old or whether you're 20 years old, you're a piece of shit. Okay? You're a piece of shit. Ain't no reason a woman like that, filled with that much love. You know what she said? And I didn't even know her 5 minutes. She was like, you want one of my gyros? I'm like, I want one of your gyros. I've been craving a gyro for months. Is it good? She was like, oh, I'll make you the best gyro you ever had, and you'll come back for more. I sure as hell did. I came in, and the second time I came back, I put $2 in the jar. You know, and then the third time I came back, and I said, I had to correct this. I said, why is it that when you lowered your head like that, when I acknowledged that you were Russian, you were ashamed, weren't you? She was like, I am. And I'm like, why? She's like, you ain't mad at me? You said you're Ukrainian. And I was like, so what? I got it in my blood. Big deal. My mom and dad created me too, but it doesn't mean I fucking follow their suits or ideals. You ever met my mom and dad? They're some pieces of shit as well. You know? Like, look, you know, if I have to go based on bloodline, hey, yo, you don't want to meet my family. They some dark sons of bitches. Most of my family that was always treated me like family weren't even people of my race or of my religion or even bloodline. You know, I never really had many good people of my bloodline, race, or any of that treat me good. You know, it was always strangers. Sometimes it was a gas station woman that was an Italian. Sometimes it was Ted's down in Independence fixing me those great roast beef subs over, or Rixie's. Ted's. Yeah, Ted. Rixie's fixed the hot dogs. You know? But look, I could always tell all the accents and all the cultures in these, but I never thought nothing negative of them. You know? And if you're doing that, you literally need to die off. I'm just going to be honest. The 19th century is over, people. We're the millennials now. You know, all the old fogies are dying off, you know, and there's still a few left like her that's from that era, you know, but that's my point. We should preserve them. We should love them, appreciate them. They can cook meaner than any millennial. You ever met millennial cooking? Yeah. I spit that shit out quicker than I'll fucking eat it. You know, I'm like, I'd rather eat a tire. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. It's just the truth, you know? Hate on hate equals more hate. And what are we solving? Nothing, you know? I'm being honest. If I could, I'd go over there and fight one of their champions, regardless of whose team I was on. If they would produce a champion, if that would honestly end the war, and I'd gladly give my life for that. I mean, I really would. I really, really would. If it ended a war between thousands and millions of brothers and sisters, y'all encouraging hate among the Hatfield-McCoy situation, yo, why don't we go do that here? Why don't we all bust out? If we're going to judge a Russian here, a Russian American, not just a Russian, but a Russian American, we're going to judge that here. Let's just break out a civil war again, shall we? Except this time, unlike where it was just white and blacks and a few others, everyone's equal in race. So we're going to have like 50 little civil wars here. We're going to have the Chinese from Chinatown in New York going against the white boy, and the white boy going against the fucking Indian, and the Indian going against the fucking Japanese. And my point is this. America has every flavor of culture in it now. It's not like it was back then in the Hatfield-McCoy's days where it was like 4 dominant races. We got every race in this damn country. You seriously want a civil war to break out over stupid shit like that? Not that woman would cause that, but it's an example of how it's starting. People of high power, just like that white boy song from Tom McDonald, they're spreading hate because it's the Bushes and the Rockefellers that want you to do this shit. It's the Bushes and the Rockefellers that want you to do this kind of shit and be this kind of ignoramus. We are too smart for that in this generation. All those old fogies that were hateful, racist sons of bitches already been dying off, and 80% of them are already dead. I mean, come on, let's be real. They are. It's your generation now, millennials. Are you going to keep continuing a hate cycle that has been going on for literally, 1,800 years? I mean, that's a long time to continue this cycle. Someone's got to break it, And I'm Ukrainian in blood inside and out. But I'm not going to fucking hate someone because they're Russian ancestry. All the Russians here, I'm cool with you. I don't fucking think two shits of you in the sense of hate. Like what? You kidding me? Y'all some cool motherfuckers just like everybody else can be. You can be some dumb motherfuckers too. Some shitty motherfuckers just like anybody can. There's bad and good in every race. We know this. We know there's thugs for the blacks, but then we know there's hardworking soul brothers and soul sisters that do their part, and do it better than most of us. It's the soul mamas of the black community that really teach us how to love. We all know that, and women like her too, the Russian women, And then you got the Indians who teach you how to love the land. And then you got the Japanese who teach you about honor. And then you got the Chinese who teach you how to fuck like bunnies. Sorry, China. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm just kidding. Kung Fu. Lots of Kung Fu, the Shaolin monks. I'm just trying to be funny. I'm not trying to pick on anyone. The point is that we're America, guys. We're the land of many. And if we act like them, then you can expect war to break out here very soon. And I'm not even threatening or like saying I'm going to riot or any of that. I'm saying that's the pattern. You got to smarten up. You can't let governments and fucking high officials and all these dumb fuckers that are brainwashing you actually succeed at it. And that shows me that they are succeeding to create hate for a woman that has no affiliation with that war. None. Nada. And any other Russian here, neither does. Now, if they show that they're a KGB spy, fucking trying to steal American intel and all that, I get it. But that didn't look like no KGB spy. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, and it's a sad day in hell when brothers and sisters and cousins and mothers and fathers are fighting. We all know this from the Civil War. Do your fucking history, okay? We all know this from the Hatfield and McCoys. I mean, that was a great fucking movie. Did anyone watch it? Like, it had a lot of morals and sentiment and values. Am I the only one that saw and understood that movie? And y'all are doing the same damn thing to this old lady? Shame on you. Shame on you. Like, come on. That's the first signs of racialism re-kicking up and rekindling the flame of the 1930s. Don't do it, guys. We're millennials now. They want you to go back to the thinking of 1900s. Don't let them do it to you. Whoever the fuck is pulling these strings. They're fucking ignoramuses. We're a nation of every race. Hey, one fucking race on this planet that don't live in America. Not one. Now, you can't say that about every other country. You really can't. But once we start turning on each other like that, and I'm a white boy, I got mixed blood all around. I got German in me. I got Russian in me, mainly Ukrainian. I won't deny that. But, I got a flavor of it all, I mean, I may look like a typical white boy to you, but you'd be amazed how far my ancestry stretches, and I don't even know it past 1900. After that, it's like a mystery what the hell my name's about. I don't even know where it originates other than Ukraine, The point is that be smart, guys, especially you kids who are getting brainwashed to fucking be in a repetitive cycle and habit that we already went through in the last 100 years. Trust me, from the 1980s and 90s, I was one of the kids that grew up just free of that shit. That shit just ended in 1970s and 60s, late 70s, early 60s. That's when that shit all started dying down with the Martin Luther King and all that. And then the 80s and 90s started to see the new peace age of where we could all get along. The point is that you really shouldn't do that, And Americans can't say shit. So, like, oh, yes, we can. We didn't do shit like that. No, you're right. You went to Vietnam. And I know because one of the motherfuckers that are still alive from Vietnam named Rick Trombley, just because a woman gave a little intel that got a soldier killed, but she was a North Vietnamese. That was her country. We were the invaders helping the drug cartel of the South Vietnamese take over a legitimate government of the North Vietnamese, if you want to get your history straight. But yeah, Rick Trauma just cut the woman from her vagina all the way to her fucking head, just to send a message and just to look cool in front of his GI buddies. That's who we are, American white boys and black boys and everyone else that went to Vietnam. Okay? I know your sins there. So don't you dare judge that Russian lady who just fucking fixes good food like she's worse than him. Are you kidding? Not by a mile, not by 100 miles. All right? There's plenty of motherfuckers in America that's done some sins way worse than that woman ever has by a long shot. You ain't gonna hate on her. You know, if I ever catch you doing it, don't be surprised if I fucking lay into you with my silver tongue. Because if I catch you in the middle of that act, boy, I'm gonna make you cry right there in front of her. And she gonna laugh and smile. There ain't no reason for that kind of stupid hate. And you an idiot and an ignoramus if you fucking hating on Russians in America. Ignoramus. You're a fucking moron. You're like, that's wrong. We're all gonna kill you. Go ahead, give it your best shot. You know? Like I said, man, this is stupid. Hate on hate on hate. We're never gonna learn if we don't learn to love. Always, you know what? That's why I told her. I said, you know what? We're gonna set an example, Mama. She's like, why'd you call me Mama? Because you're my Russian Mama now, and I'm a Ukrainian son. And we're gonna show them how they should be doing it over there. Here, we do it right here in America. You feel me? You feel? All right. Cut her some slack, guys. Tell her it ain't her fault. You know, she ain't over there fucking pushing nukes and bombs and telling she ain't Putin, guys. I'm telling you, she ain't a Putin. Okay? She ain't the one that started this shit, nor is she the Ukrainian president. And let's keep in mind, the Ukraine should have never tried to join NATO, no matter the reasoning. That's what caused conflict to begin with. I mean, it's kind of like Texas saying, you know what, we're now Germany. Like, imagine if that happened, American dudes. You know what I mean? American white boys, whatever. Imagine that. We're selling ourselves out to Germany, or we're going to be Chinese, man. We're going to sell Texas to China. You know what I mean? Like, fucking make every resident of Texas Chinese and only Chinese. Seriously, you know the uproar that shit would cause. And you're doing that here over Russian people. Come on now. You don't know how long she's been here or how long her family's been here. They already feel bad enough that a world war started because of their country instead of some other dumbasses. But if those dumbasses were here in their Philippines or fucking Cuba started another war, or not that they ever did, but well, maybe they did. I don't know. I don't know all the history on Cuba. But the point being is you know, it doesn't matter who would have started. I'd still be defending them too. You know, if the Chinese lady in China started a war, I'm not gonna go hate my Chinese cook down there that cooks me those wontons, those mean tasting wontons. You know what I'm saying? Hell nah. Man, you need to be happy so those wontons come out tasting good. And I'll help you be happy. You know, I picked her spirit up, made her feel good. I think it started pissing off her manager, to be honest, because I was sitting in there talking so long, cheering her up. You know, I'm like, come on, man. You shouldn't look at me like you're ashamed. I don't care if I got stupid Ukrainian blood in me. I got American in me too. You know, this is stupid. You telling me I should fucking make you feel bad because of your ancestry? Man, that's stupid. That's like the white people or the black dudes trying to tell me I should feel like a racist just because my forefathers fucking did that dumb shit. Well, so did yours. Y'all, it's called Egypt. You know what I mean? Y'all did it first. You know, so it's like, what the hell? Why are we living in the past like this? Yo, I think if anything, my YouTube videos can show that the first month when I broke up from my ex, I was living in the past. You know what I mean? I was. What'd that do for me? A bunch of hate, a bunch of depression, a bunch of tantrums. I mean, really, did I grow from it? Hell no. It wasn't until the third month that I started like, what the fuck am I doing? I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, boy, you one ugly son of a bitch. All you do is scowl at that mirror when you look at it a few times. I realized I didn't even like looking at myself in the mirror. I changed that shit quick. Y'all saw it on my videos. You know, then I started loving. I was like, oh, Kenshi, you looking sexy. You know, doing your thing. You know, it's finally becoming from master to grandmaster. You know, I don't know if she thought because I came in there with a sword that she thought I was there to intimidate her. I don't know. Fuck, she did have a little fearful look, and then she got all warmy and buttery towards me. You know, we had a great old conversation all 3 times. And I was like, you hold your head up, hon. And you tell them if they fucking give you grief again and make you, the next person that does that makes you ashamed of Russia, you tell them, By the way, my son is a sword guy at Ambridge, and his name's Kenshi, and he's Ukrainian. And he said, leave me the fuck alone. You know? Like, I ain't sitting there saying I'm going to hurt you if you mess with her. Not with fists, not with daggers. I'm going to hurt you with my tongue. Because I'm going to make you look 10 types of the racial bigotry, stupid motherfucker that you acting. If I catch you in that, I'm going to make you look all stupid. If you think you can outsmart me in Gemini terms, you stupid. Gemini rules the thinking sign. Yeah, we got 2 other signs, Libras and Aquarians, but they ain't the same as Geminis. We the creative thinkers. So you ain't going to win. And we're the best communicators. Everyone knows that. You know that. So I'm just letting you know. If I catch you doing that dumb shit to that nice old Russian lady, well, I'm proud she's Russian. You shouldn't be proud. Say that to my face. I'm proud she's Russian. Okay? How the fuck do you think I know the food? I was like, man, you're so confident that food was going to taste so good. That's got to be some Russian or Ukrainian bloodline there. And they both one and the same. One in the same. They're not one and the same. Yes, the fuck they are. And if you're going to tell me how my ancestors were when they were USSR, you're fucking stupid. Like, they're one and the same. There is 3 million Ukrainians living in Russia right now. Whether they exported them or not, I don't know. I don't keep up with the news. But yeah, there's fucking Russians living in Ukraine and Ukrainians living in Russia, and by a handful of a lot. The point is they're brothers and sisters. This is a whole Hatfield and McCoy shit, and you're egging it on saying you should feel bad. Dude, you can choose sides on Hatfield and McCoy, regardless of who started the war. But they're both of the same people. Y'all want to go do another Hatfield and McCoy? Let's do it. I mean, let's do it. If we're going to do this dumb shit, let's get it out, kill all the haters, and then we got nothing but the lovers left. I'm cool with that. I'm so cool with that. I would love a good war. I'm joking, of course. The point is hate begets hate. Let it go. And any race that's going through that shit, direct it my way, like tell me, call me, fucking say, hey, Kenshi, I got this fucking cracker motherfucker starting shit with my Chinese restaurant. All right, when's it come in? Tuesday. Every Tuesday, wonton. He just fucking rags at me. All right, Kenshi, I got this black motherfucker cracking on me. Whatever. It's stupid. It all needs a squash. We need to set the example, America. Not be like the problem. That's stupid. Use your head. And I'm not encouraging racialism or hate. I'm encouraging the settling of indifference. Okay? There's no reason for this. I can understand this, like in the mountains of the Carolina. I really could. At VA, Independence, Sparta. Yeah, there's some racist son of a bitches down there. I can see that going on down there. But do you know how many Russians live in this area? Like, shit. This is like mini Russia up here. No shit. Mini Russia and Ukraine. Yo, I don't want to see blood pouring between the Hatfield and McCoy situation happening here in our streets of Ambridge. Yo, have y'all seen how many Slowskis, and I don't even know all the names, honestly. But you get what I'm saying. Like, all the Ukrainian and Russian ancestry, we ain't doing that shit here, are we, guys? Come on. Let's set the tone, set the example. Set the example. That's stupid. What the fuck? An old lady like that, sweet as a fucking Winnie the Pooh, should not feel ashamed of her bloodline, regardless of what's going on over there. Retarded. That's the beginning step of going back 200 years of hate. And we need to save the planet. We don't need to be fucking doing stupid shit, outdated wars and shit. We need to send an emissary to fucking both those countries and say, we can show you how this works, Russia and Ukraine. See, this is a Russian mama. See me? I'm a Ukrainian boy. Come here, mama. Now fix me that gyro and I'll tip you $5. There you go. Don't ever tip your head in shame again. You did nothing wrong. Nothing. And I don't care what my bloodline is. I'm not going to hate you. Even if I was in Ukraine and Russians were coming in there and we had a ceasefire for a day. Hey, mama, can you fix that gyro? I snuck across the border to get one while the bullets ain't flying. I'd be that guy. I'm so serious. This is stupid. I'm already thinking the war is stupid. It's like, look, it's one thing for, a bunch of Russians to fight a bunch of Chinese men. At least they're somewhat justifying that they're different races, but this is like brother and sister bragging that they're fucking hating the brother or the brother's hating the sister. Like, what? Nah. I'm too smart as a Gemini to play that dumb shit. No way I'm not going to be baited by whoever's pulling these strings. That's my Russian mama. Leave her the fuck alone, please. I'm asking you nicely. Get to know her before you judge her. If you talk to her for 5 fucking minutes, there's no reason you should even feel hate in your heart. And if you make her smile, I promise that gyro or whatever you're getting there will taste good. Real good, you know? And same thing with that pizzeria. I think she's Russian or Ukrainian. I'm not sure. But if she is, leave her the fuck alone. I don't know her well. She was pretty grumpy to me. But if she's getting treated the way that mama's getting treated, I can see why. You know? This community probably has like 35% Russian/Ukrainian, just with those two, not including all the other races. In this whole 10 mini city area, you know, of Ambridge, Aliquippa, Baden, all that shit. Dude, like Russian bloodline and Ukrainian bloodline, like made a lot of this fucking steel mills happen back in the day. I don't know, even when I was a kid, that there wasn't Russian bloodline up here. They were always sticking the numbers. And the same thing with the Ukrainians. Same thing with many other races. But, dude, I've been seeing the weird Russian names and the weird Ukrainian names. I learned that here. I don't ever see that down south, man. You got Smiths, Johns, Banks. You got the typical American names down south. I ain't gonna lie. You know, you got them in, now you go to Durham or Raleigh or something like from where I'm from. Yeah, you're going to get some mixed cultures there. But in the countryside, hell no. It's all one dominant of like 5 names rule the fucking county, you know? That ain't here. My point is love, guys. Remember, we're a nation of loving. And if we don't set the tone, we're going to be in the same boat. We're going to be doing the same shit. And you don't want a civil war to break out again. Like, wow, we'd win. Who? Who would win? You do realize the last time we had a civil war, there was 4 dominant races with a little sprinkle of other races, like a couple families. Are you really thinking about what you're saying? If we break out in a civil war now, dude, that's like 50 fucking armies of different fucking leaders in one country. Like that, dude, we got a flavor of every fucking country in this country. You got everybody here. Australians, Britons. Are y'all thinking about this? Or is it just like going over your head? Which is it? You know? Think about it. You're either a Neanderthal or you're one of the bright ones like me. Figure it out. I'm going to be honest. If you can't figure it out, you're probably the one that needs a bullet, man. You know, this is, once you calm down and think, yeah, I'm a piece of shit for making her feel that. You know who you are. You know, you may never see this broadcast and be grateful because I'm going to make you feel like a piece of shit if you watch the whole damn thing. Like, damn, man. So it doesn't matter how kind or good or nurturing someone is. It just matters where the fuck their bloodline came from 200 years ago when they moved here. Huh? Seriously? Like, okay. No. Look. Bullets ain't flying here, man. We got bullets flying in the hood all the time, but it ain't because of racial shit like that. And if that shit is flying here, oh my God. You know, like, when are we going to learn our lessons? And I know it's a little bit lengthy, but damn, I felt so bad for her. I'm like, you cook a mean fucking gyro. Like, you know, I live in the South years on years just to wait to come up here to get one of these types of gyros or pierogies. Yo, like, if I'm going to get good Russian food or good Ukrainian food, either one, this is where I come to get it. And I can't have those women like that depressed, just because she said that she admitted that she was from Russia. I'm like, why you? I was bragging about you. Like, why you fucking feel ashamed of that? Like, yo, you tell me an American white girl who ain't from there, who was born and raised from the British days, is making a pierogi versus a Russian or Ukrainian. Do I need to like even say anything past that point? Come on. We both know the typical Southern white gal from down south in fucking Louisiana and Louisiana makes mean gumbo and jumbo and jambalaya. So I said that wrong. Like in fucking South Carolina, North Carolina. You telling me that if you go get one of those Southern women that's great at many other foods, but you bring her up here from the South and have her verse that woman at making pierogies, you think I'm going to be eating that woman's pierogies from the South? Fuck no. I'm going to her. I'm going to anyone that just says that got that Lugard accent with that Russian descent. I'm gonna like, yo, you're the one that needs to make my pierogi. And be like, I'm sad. Yeah, those tears are gonna ruin my food. Unless you're one of those women that cook good, sad, and then we'll keep you that way. But if you're not, and you need to be happy to cook the best like you do, I'll cheer your ass up. I'll cheer your ass up good. Because I sure as hell don't want no regular Texan American woman making my pierogies. I sure as hell don't want no California woman making my pierogies. I sure as hell don't want no Louisiana making my fucking pierogies. I don't give a fuck how good you are. Unless you slipped off from Russia or Ukraine, they're the best. They've been making that shit for centuries. That's why they're the best. You can't be making them sad like that and think their food's going to taste good. Those tears cry in and sour it all up. The dough gets all mushy. You know how it works, you know? So seriously, just like, if I'm going to fucking have some mean Mexican food, I'm not going to sit there and pick on my chef because Mexico's declared war in Texas. I'm like, well, that'll be over quick. But that's beside the point. It's like, look, I need you happy, Mexican mom. You're my mom. You got to make me some damn good burritos. Fuck this shit from Taco Bell. You know what I mean? It's like, what the hell? Yo, you got to make people smile, make them love, feel loved, Ain't no reason. We're above this if we choose to be. Or we can act like them. Your call. I'm making sense. If you ain't listening to it, you're the one that needs to die. Not literally, but, well, kind of. You need to die out with the rest of the old fogies that spread all that hate and shit, It's a new day. I keep telling everybody, why is everyone still acting like we're in the 19th century? That shit passed like 20 years ago. Can we start changing a little bit more or a little bit faster, please? Like, this is stupid. I'm Ukrainian, 65% bloodline, and a lot of mix of other shit. And I ain't got no problem with her. Why the fuck do you? Don't I get to speak for the Ukrainians more than everyone else? It's like, I'm a black motherfucker. I'm a white motherfucker. I'm an Indian. Whatever. If you're hating on that woman, you're a piece of shit. That's all I got to say. There ain't a mean bone in that woman's body. Ain't a mean bone. I'm not going to hate her because if she's a fucking Russian. I'm proud she's a fucking Russian. Like I said, I want her to be Russian or Ukrainian. Either or will satisfy for a pierogi, a good one, or gyro. Although I do give gyros more credit to Italians in some ways. They can cook it just as mean as the Ukrainians and the Russians, but they're equal. They're like, yeah, I'll take it from any of the three, to be honest. Just like eggplant parmesan. Yo, don't make those women lose the recipe of eggplant parmesan because they don't want to cook no more. What the fuck are you doing? You're killing their food. You kill the heart of a mama. You're killing the heart of the food. Don't kill the soul kitchen. They need soul. That's why it's called a soul kitchen. I mean, maybe I'm just built weird. I know I am because I ain't hating nobody. I'll hate you for who the fuck you are and how you treat people, but I won't hate you because of pigment or religion. I'm telling you again. And I sure as hell ain't hating no woman. Look, if you can prove to me she pushed the bomb button or is Putin's mom and she's the one that convinced Putin to go all hell crazy, sure. I guess we could be like, yo, you should talk to your son. You know what I mean? But that's about as far as it should go. She's not responsible for others' actions. No one is. And, just like Ted's, I feel sorry for Ted's down in fucking Independence, Virginia. It's a very racial area. And he's one of those Indian man, like turban-like man, but you don't wear the turban, but, he got that look, that color, that says he's from there, and he gets so much shit. But, he learned to go with the punches. And somehow he managed to stay there. Not many do that on that mountain. That's a mountain full of hate. I ain't gonna lie. Yes, sir. That's a mountain full of hate. But the point is he did it. If he can pull that off amongst so many KKK groups around that motherfucker, you don't even want to know. There's barely any other mixed races living there. If they did, they're meaner than Spitfire, most of them. Because they have to be. Because if they don't show some toughness, they get rocked and riddled all over with the rednecks. And I feel for them. I do. I fought some of those battles. Like I said, I've been fighting bullies my entire life. In and out. And I'm not being a bully right now, I'm not being a bully to no one. I hate bullies. That's why I fight them. You're bullying the woman. She's an old, I'm guessing 60 to 80 years old woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason for that. You know, I'm only using her as an example because if it's happening there, it's happening somewhere else, and that shit needs to stop. Plain and simple. I can't stop it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking up on behalf of prejudice and injustice. If you're doing that to her, you're a prejudiced piece of shit. I don't care what the fuck your standing is on that war. You're not over there fucking dodging bullets, so shut the fuck up. Okay? You have such an issue with Russians doing that. Yo, get your gun, take a plane ride over to Ukraine, and get yourself on the front line. Then you got some shit to say. Okay? And do it with the Russians that are shooting back. That motherfucker, that woman is not shooting at anyone. All she's doing is shooting out a mean fucking gyro. You know what I'm saying? Cut some slack, people. Grow with the times. Stop being fucking 1930s little bitches. You need your teeth bust out if you're doing that to old ladies like that. That's the same thing before war ever started, where you pick on someone's grandma that cooks you soul food and never has a bad thing to say. She didn't say one mean word. She didn't say one mean word. Not to me. She looked at me like I was going to hate on her, and I'm like, huh? You just said you're going to make me the meanest gyro on the planet, and now you're looking at me like you're ashamed that I even know you or that you even admitted that. Don't you ever, beautiful old Russian lady, bow your head to me like that in shame ever again. Ever. Okay? Never. Until you act like a bitch, until you act mean, until you look like a grumpy, hateful son of a bitch, don't you ever do that. No. You're too sweet. Way too sweet. You keep pumping out those gyros. You keep pumping out those pierogies. You just keep loving the community. There'll be people like me that stand up for you. There'll be people like me that's got a fucking brain, not these fucking Neanderthals acting like they're fucking from the 1920s and 30s. You see what I'm saying? Come on. Grow up, people. Please. God bless everybody. Does no one get this? Russian included. God bless Ukrainian. Let the war end. Yo, if I could pull an Achilles and a Hector right now, I would, man. I would. I'll join either side, and they can choose a champion and let two people solve this war instead of thousands of dying of brothers and sisters and cousins shooting each other. Because this is a Hatfield McCoy shit, and if you're adding on to the fuel of this fire, you're a piece of shit. I mean, that's all I got to say. You know, if I ever catch you in there doing it, I'm going to make sure I'll be buying some gyros from that woman now. Every time I get some excess money, she's going to be getting my tips. She's going to be getting the best tips for me, and she's going to call me son. And when she does, she already did once. She was like, we would love you like a son. I'm like, I would love you like my pierogi mama. You know, don't you worry. I'll take care of you. And one day I'll catch these assholes because I got amazing karma for sensing these situations and catching them in the act. I don't know how. God's just like, yo, you wanted to fucking talk shit to the one making her feel bad? She's right in front of you, ordering, and there's Mama Russia crying right there on the counter because she's fucking affiliated with Russia because that's her bloodline. Hey, excuse me, what'd you say about Russia? I'm Ukrainian. Yeah, join right in. Bash on this woman. No, bitch, shut the fuck up. Or dude, shut the fuck up or I'm going to drag you out there, black your eye, rip your tongue out, and then you can fucking say whatever you want with blah, 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 with no fucking tongue. Because if it's a dude, I'm going to seriously hurt you. Like, you should not hurt a woman like that, of that purity. That's a good soul Russian woman. And she's going to make some mean food if you love her. In a good way. Mean as in good. You know? No reason for this. None. This should not be going on in Ambridge or any other community, especially in the heart of Little Russia. I call this place Little Russia. Because you don't find pierogi shops by the handful like you do here. You don't find gyro shops by the handful like you do here. Go fucking 60 miles any direction. You won't find them. No more. There's a big concentration of good bloodline here that is Ukrainian and Russian. And we can set the example. You know what? I'm going to get a picture of me and her holding each other, and I'm going to kiss her right on the head and get that picture. Ukraine loves Russia. Mwah. Be like, Ukrainians do not love Russia. Well, I'm Ukrainian black. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, I say whatever the fuck I want. That's my brother and sister right there. You going to tell me to continue hating on Hatfield McCoy style? Fuck you. You go ahead and do Hatfield McCoy. But I promise this time when the Civil War busts out in America, dude, there's going to be more generals and armies and leaders than you'll ever imagine. Because this is not a nation of 5 races anymore. This is a nation of every race on the fucking planet. We can't do that shit here. This is where all the world comes to seek refuge, or used to, when they're trying to get away from this dumb shit. You know what I mean? Let that shit go. And if you got Big Uncle Sam there fucking producing this shit, look, I'm gonna be honest. People that we are overpopulating the planet, so war's kind of needed to like thin down the races, but not in this way. You're not out of hate. That's just creating the old cycle and continuing it of hate. Yo, if anyone needs to die off, it's the Chinese. And I see, that sounds racial, but it's not. Your fucking country's got 10 times more than any 3 countries combined. The races do need to stay population. Maybe we need to fucking open gladiator arenas so everyone can slaughter each other and get rich and famous real quick. I don't know. But yeah, there does need to be some form of population control. I get that. But just hate on hate? Nah, man. I can't do that. If I can't hate any other race, what the fuck am I gonna hate them just because there's a war going on over them? Or who the fuck even knows whose fault this is? Like, we only hear what Fox News wants us to fucking hear. Like, seriously. Everyone here in America knows if you're watching the news, you're an ignoramus and you're a dumbass. You better go watch one of those offshoot news branches, like those newer ones that say, we only give you facts and news. We're not endorsed by all these fucking companies. You know what I mean? That's the news you need to listen to. You know what I mean? Come on, guys. We're 50 years past Martin Luther King and the end of his sit-downs, you know? We're smarter than this. We're wiser than this. Stand up for them, you know? If you got heart, if you got soul, don't be afraid. Stand up for them. Yo, I'm the ones they're fucking supposedly persecuting. I got 2 fucking cents of hate for her. Not 2. Not 1. Not 0. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for that. That woman is a good woman. And she ain't sitting there shooting bullets at anybody. Okay? I don't ever see her being able to do that. You know? And remember, keep in mind, guys, it's the men who start wars. It's the men who's got the dick. It's the men who's got the gun in between the legs that get all cocky, prideful, and do dumb shit. I haven't seen no woman president that was Russian yet. Have you? Or Ukrainian, for that matter. So let's not blame the mamas, because it's the boys who be shooting and killing each other. It's the mamas who got to repopulate with babies. They're the heroes, not the fucking losers, okay? They're like, son, I wish you wouldn't. But the son still does and still goes and shoots the motherfucker. But the mama ain't doing it. The mama's at home knitting or making a mean pierogi. I think I've said what I needed to say. I love everybody. I don't give a fuck who you are. And it didn't even occur to me that I should hate Russians because I'm Ukrainian, you know, predominantly anyways. You know, like, wait, I should? Nah, I shouldn't. I'm not doing that dumb shit. I love you, Russians. I love all of you. I know I always say, like, I'd stand up to them champion to champion, but come on, that's realistic. Like, if 2 people can end a war, shouldn't they? If you could do Achilles and fucking Hector off of Troy with Brad Pitt, shouldn't they? Yo, I'll die for that. You know, if it ends thousands of dying, I can go to heaven on that shit. You know what I mean? Big time. But yo, there ain't no need for that unbigotry hate for nothing. That woman said many. And she looked like the type of woman, she says what she means. She don't lie. I can see it in her eyes. I can see it in her soul. She said many people have done that to her. Shame on you. You're a piece of shit if you do that to her. Right there at the end of that corner store. I need to go in these stores and fucking talk to these people. I need to find out who's who. And I'm going to ask everyone's ancestry line from now on. You're Russian or you're Ukrainian, you this, you that. I'm going to keep mental notes of this shit. Like, anyone fucking with you the way they're fucking with her? Yeah. What the fuck? You know? We'll have to adopt every one of these women and every one of these dudes included. I can see the chef that came out, like, he was talking all Russian, you know, like, you got a sword, you going to war? And I'm like, you know, he did with a Russian accent. And I'm like, nah, just keeping the streets safe. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe he was thinking I was going to pick on his wife because it looked like her husband or something. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe that's stupid to assume that. I don't know. But the point is like, I will not hate people just because of their ancestry. That is the most retarded shit I've ever heard. And anyone who does that is a fucking Neanderthal. You deserve to be shot if you could hate on something that lovable. God. Shame on you. Grow a pair. If you spreading hate, you're an agent of the devil. If you spreading love and saying it's not your fault, you didn't start that war. You're a Russian American. You ain't a Russian. You're a Russian American, or you're a Ukrainian American. Either one. I'm gonna love you both. Okay. I ain't gonna hate and do what they're doing over there. I ain't them. I'm an American. Okay. We different over here, right? Let's act like it. Let's let the maturity rise a little bit, okay, people? Don't fucking digress just because everyone else that is hateful and racial and prejudiced wants you to. Don't give them what they want. Stand up to these assholes. Hell no. Hell no. Fuck no. Leave her alone, guys. Be smart. Be wise. Don't be someone else's patsy and puppet, you know? All that tells me is you're a puppet on a string and that they brainwashed you good. That's it. If you hating on a woman like that, they brainwashed you good. You know, and you know what? We need to kill you off so the smart ones can stay alive. You know what I mean? Not literally, but you get what I'm saying. I don't care if you're Ukrainian. We need to kill you off if you're acting like that. I mean, if you got such a problem with a Russian and you're Ukrainian in this community, get your gun, fly your ass over there and do something about it. Don't be attacking a fucking good Russian woman that's making food. She ain't got nothing to do with no fucking war. Nothing. Nada. She ain't responsible. She shouldn't feel ashamed. She shouldn't hate her fucking country because everyone else is fucking hating it, trying to be like some riot start. It reminds me, you know what that reminds me of? And I'm going to end it on this. That reminds me of fight, 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 fight. You know, like in the fucking schoolyard. When everyone would gather around, it'd be every race on that. Just to see two people fight. You fucking retards. Fucking retards. Be ashamed of yourself. If you even got any soul. Because if you're doing that to someone like her, I don't believe you got a soul. No fucking way. In the broadcast. I think I've said my piece here. It has gone up for 51 minutes. I love you, Russian mom. God bless you. That was an excellent. You're right. Best job I ever had. Mwah. That was good. Mwah.